I got to give y'all an update on the diddler. All right. Kids is now speaking out. Puff is now talking, giving a little bit of a preview of what his life is like. But it seems like the diddler is out in Miami dancing around, smoking trees, riding his bike, shopping, having a good time. Shout out to the diddler. Said, I'm going to have my freak off, and I'm still going to have a good time out here in these streets. They've been following Diddy. Diddy been giving peace signs to the screen, saluting to the people, having a good time. So much so that now they saying that Diddy probably snitched. They saying that he possibly snitched out here. I couldn't believe it. I seen Chris Hansen from MSNBC. Y'all know who Chris Hansen is? Chris Hansen is the one that used to come in and catch the dudes that was coming in that thought that they was talking to little kids. That's Chris Hansen. I seen Chris Hansen join Fox News as a correspondent. I said, what? In order to try to figure out whether the diddler was snitching. I said, not Chris Hansen, the one that come from behind the curtain and say, hey, sir, can you put your hands back on the counter, please? Yeah. So, and then you walk in with his papers. So, what did you mean when you told the person that you thought was 13 years old when you thought that they was 12? What did you mean by saying that I want to come over and feel you up? And I used to be sitting there rolling like, look at this sucker about to lose his job, lose his marriage, lose everything. So you drove from 3 counties over. It took you 2.5 hours to get here. My agents are going through your car right now. What are you doing with condoms? And why do you have alcohol for a 12-year-old? You know, I wasn't going to do anything, Chris. I knew you were here. I just had to see it through. Have y'all ever watched some of those things? It is hilarious. It's sad and hilarious at the same time. So, Jason, is it? So you're a judge. You're an anesthesiologist. Cool. So that means you make about $450,000 a year, and you're married with kids. Wow. So I see you got the ribbed condoms, huh? Oh, I didn't mean to do it. I'm just going to leave. I don't want to talk anymore. If I talk, are you going to let me go? Like, look at this idiot. But yeah, man, they're saying that the diddler is out here snitching. That's what Chris Hansen was on there, I think, was saying. We're going to go over it, y'all. But first, let's get an update on what the diddler is doing out here in Miami. His son looked just like him. Just like him. Can't nobody hold me down. Oh no. Hey man, you can't say that Diddy. Look at Diddy out there dancing. First of all, y'all can't say that Diddy didn't have the hits. Can't nobody hold me down. Oh Lord, I gotta keep it moving. Shout out to the diddler. He out there dancing, smoking. To keep on moving.
Dancing, laughing, seemingly without a care in the world. Over the weekend, Diddy was spotted having that dance party for one at the same Miami estate raided by the feds just 5 days earlier. The father of 7 also broke his silence on social media.
Hold on. Diddy ain't got no shirt on. He got his dad bod out. He smoking trees. He dancing. What is going on? Is Diddy I need to know if he getting arrested or not. Because I know that y'all want to get due process. It's a lot of people out here acting like they want some money from him. Hey, he hanging out. Diddy is having a good time. He was at Top Golf with his 2 twin daughters. He was having a good time.
Photos of his 17-month-old daughter with the caption, quote, Happy Easter from baby love.
This dude
Diddy's 26-year-old son, Christian, who was handcuffed and questioned during the LA raid, also posted for the first time. He says, quote, Stop with the caps, which is slang for lies.
I don't want to play too much. Come out and play. Let's see what Chris Hansen has to say about the diddler. The diddler is out here having a good time. A lot of y'all keep saying he's doing that to keep from crying. Maybe. But it looks really fun inside of Miami right now.
Joining me now, host of Takedown with Chris Hansen, Chris Hansen. So now we have 2 people come out saying that Diddy was talking to the feds. Do you think that's true?
Whether it's true or not, and he might have been cooperative in some way, shape, or form, you don't get away with human trafficking unless you give up John Gotti or something like that, and that's not what happened here. I can tell you, Jesse, that this investigation's been going on for a long time, very closely held by HSI, so much so that even some of the agents on the raid a week ago today didn't know whose house they were raiding until they got there. That's how closely held this investigation.
Wow, because there could have been a tip.
Absolutely.
And there are allegations that he was paying law enforcement through his chief of security, which also happened to be Michael Jackson's chief of security.
I don't know if I buy into that. You know, people in Diddy's situation like to have those involved in law enforcement.
It's always funny when you hear Chris Hansen of MSNBC says, you know, people in Diddy's situation. I love Chris Hansen.
Enforcement close to them. But that doesn't mean they're taking payoffs. That doesn't mean they're doing big favors. They like that closeness. It's just like how Diddy was able to court Diageo or Estee Lauder. He was very successful in doing that, and that made him a lot of money and gave him credibility outside the hip-hop rap world. And that's what he was trying to do here, a lot like what Epstein did with very powerful political and business figures.
And if you look at this report in the New York Post, you see it's a constellation of billionaires he's involved with.
Very similar to what Epstein was doing. And, you know, these...
See, I don't like the disingenuousness of this conversation, right? I don't. You know why I don't like it? Because they're out here trying to compare him with Epstein. I don't like that. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Now, I can go without seeing Diddy with his shirt off. All right? I can go without that. I'm not, that's not my thing. But let's hear what the rest of Chris Hansen got to say.
Guys get drunk with power, allegedly. You know, Diddy has said that these allegations are false, but they get drunk with power, and all of a sudden they lose their balance and what's right and what's wrong. And they're insulated, and they've got everybody telling them they're great.
I agree with that.
And all of a sudden, these civil suits come out. And the feds watch this. That's what happened with R. Kelly. It started with civil suits. Then HSI got involved, and they're the lead agency for human trafficking.
No, that's not what happened with R. Kelly. What happened with R. Kelly was a Netflix documentary. That's what happened with R. Kelly, because they had the tapes before. And so the Netflix documentary blew the cap off of that, no pun intended.
Civil suits are just like a silver platter for the feds.
Very helpful, very helpful.
Take these guys down. All right, well, we'll see how this plays.
So let me look at the New York Post real quick. I want to see what the New York Post got going on. Sean Diddy Combs. You can see what I've been researching. No, let's do this. Look at Diddy. I see you, Diddy. You see what I've been researching. New Coogis. I need the classics too. It says, embattled rap mogul Sean Diddy Combs was smiling and laughing and seeming as if he didn't have a care in the world as he was spotted out Miami Friday and Saturday in the latest string of sightings since the authorities raided his home as a part of a trafficking probe. Fitness trainer Wes Watson, we know about that. Diddy is out here walking with confidence. I guess they over at his boat docks. That was when he took a t-shirt, the picture with Wes Watson. Do y'all think that Diddy actually snitched? Is that beyond him? I think that Diddy just so happened to be the biggest gangster in the world right now. I do. I think that he the boogeyman. I think that everybody is even scared of saying anything of him. I don't know, man. I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think. But Diddy is out there having a good time in Miami. If he is going to go to jail, then he said that we going to make sure that we get the Last Supper in and we going to party. We going to party. Hey, man, this is a 50-something-year-old man. How old is Diddy? How old is Diddy? 54 years old. 54 years old. Hey. So we're going to keep an eye on it. This is Diddy week. We're going to keep an eye on it, and we're going to make sure that we keep you guys informed of what's happening out in these streets.